Welcome back. This is chapter 23, Minerals and Mining, the final chapter. And guess what, ladies? This is your final screencast for the year. What? Am I hearing cheers? All right, I can hear it. Great, you're almost done. You're doing great. So we're going to talk now in this last part about sustainable mineral use and take a look at minerals and how they're non-renewable resources and that their supply is limited, and take this into conclusion. So some minerals are very abundant and others are rare, and that's what drives the price, like diamonds uh, and other precious gemstones like that, where they may soon run out. Once known reserves are mined, and the minerals will be gone, then the prices will really, really go up. So one example is indium, which is used in your LCD screens. Our supply might only last for about 30 more years based on what we've been able to average out that we have left. Gallium is used for solar power and platinum is used for fuel cells, and these are also very scarce and won't be lasting too much longer as well. The reserve estimates are very uncertain because technology is limited. We're only able to tell what we can tell now based on the technology that we have. We haven't explored every portion of the earth. You know, we're not able to get into the deepest depths of the oceans yet, so there's still new discoveries that are being made. We have to think about our consumption patterns. Right now, we are very gluttonous in the needs of our fossil fuels and our gemstones and our minerals. But people, as they learn more about the damage that obtaining these things are causing, people are consuming less and reducing, reusing, recycling. So that has an effect on it. As minerals become scarcer, as I said a couple times, the demand and the price will rise, and it's harder to access the sources that are mined. In Africa, there are tanzanite mines, and they only know of, I think, 2 or 3 tanzanite mines. You can Google it. It's a blue stone. It's a soft, precious gemstone, but it's increasing in value because there's limited resources of it. There's only, I swear, I think it's only 2 mines that are left. So let's take a look at this graph, and this shows minerals that are non-renewable resources, and it shows how the supplies are limited. The dark is what we think are economically recoverable, and then the orange is what is technically recoverable, and it tells you the years left at these rates of consumption. Okay, so look, nickel, we don't have much time left with nickel as an example. So we are still not sure how our reserves will last, and that's because of discovery of new reserves. It increases what we already know that is there. We know that minerals are worth about $1 trillion, and these were discovered in Afghanistan in 2010. We also have new extraction technologies that are enabling us to reach more minerals and at a less costly expense to obtain them. So there are factors that, as I said, affect how long these deposits will last, and that's the change in social and technological dynamics. As people don't see a social need for it. So let's say, you know, diamonds were yesterday. We've moved on to sapphires, you know, and then sapphires become popular, and they start looking for sapphires, or sapphires are yesterday's news. Let's get rubies. So socially, the demands change, the technological dynamics change, and that just being able to mine it, that's going to change things. Lithium batteries are replacing cadmium nickel ones. We'll find something else to replace the lithium later on down the line. There's that change in our consumption patterns. You know, since we are finding renewable and alternative ways to produce electricity and to run our cars, we're not needing as much. So that's going to have an effect. It affects on how fast we can exploit our reserves, and it can also cause a recession. If we go into a recession, then that depresses the demand for these gemstones. And then recycling, being able to recycle also extends the lifetimes of the minerals as well. So recycling addresses both the finite supplies and the environmental damage that mining causes. So if we recycle, we turn this into something else, like the gold that's found in your laptops, and we use it for something else, then we don't have to go out and mine for that gold, and we're not going to damage the environment. 35% of the metals were recycled in 2010 from U.S. municipal waste, and then 80% of the lead and 33% of the copper we use comes from recycled sources as well. So that means that we don't have to mine as much. We recycle much of our gold, steel, iron, chromium, zinc, and aluminum, nickel as well. Recycling also reduces energy use, and we don't have to put the energy into extracting and creating good emissions and manufacture and paying employees. Recycled aluminum uses 20 times less energy than making new aluminum for ore, so even the way that we process it saves energy. And it also reduces the greenhouse gases by 25 million metric tons. So here is just a table that shows you the materials that we recycled in the United States. So gold, and it'll tell you more is recycled than is consumed. So that's good. Iron and steel, 95% for autos, 90% for appliances, 70 to 98% for construction materials, and 71% of cans. Go down to silver, 25% consumed is from cycle silver. So as you go down, you can see less and less. Diamonds, 7% of the production is from recycled diamond dust, grit, and stone. So look at all of those aluminum cans that have been recycled. Electronic waste, e-waste from computers and printers and cell phones, that is rising rapidly, as we talked about. We consider it hazardous waste because of what can leach out of it. Recycling keeps hazardous wastes out of the landfills, so we can conserve mineral resources. 1.2 billion cell phones sold each year contain 200 chemicals and precious metals that could leach into our systems. Phones can be refurbished and resold or dismantled and used for their parts, and only 10% of the cell phones that are sold are are really recycled. And then we don't have to find the virgin ores, and those are the ores that have not been used before, and that can reduce the pressure on our ecosystems. So here it just shows what your phone's made up of. Arsenic, gallium, indium, petroleum and magnesium, copper, gold, platinum, sorry, silver, and tungsten. So we depend on minerals and metals to make the products we use. The mineral resources are mined by various methods that help to contribute to material wealth, but does extensive environmental damage, habitat loss, and asset drainage. Restoration and regulations will help to minimize this and the social impacts. And we need to access mineral resources that can be lengthened and made more sustainable by maximizing, recovering, and recycling minerals. The end. All right, good luck, girls, studying for your AP exam. Um, if you need anything, let me know. Bye.